dear students. How are you? I hope you all are good and fine. Welcome in Social Studies class. I am Kirti. I hope you all watched my previous video. Alright, in previous video we read our chapter number 5, India's landforms. As we know, based on its landform, India's land divided into 6 broad regions, and we completed its 3 regions, that was the northern mountains, the northern plains and the Thar desert. I hope you all understood this in our previous video, and if you have any doubt you can direct message me like earlier. So continue with our chapter India's landform, page number 27. In this video we are going to learn about the peninsular plateau, the coastal plain and the islands. First is the peninsular plateau. We all know about peninsula. That peninsula is an area of land that is almost surrounded by water on 3 sides. The fourth side is attached to a larger body of land. Okay, the part of India lying south of the northern plains is a peninsula. Alright, India is a peninsula as it is surrounded by the Bay of Bengal on its east, the Arabian Sea on its west and the Indian Ocean on its south. Did you get it? Alright. Most of this peninsula is covered by a plateau. The Aravalli Hills to the northwest of the peninsular plateau separate it from the desert. The Vindhya and Satpura hill ranges divide the plateau into 2 parts, the Central Highlands to the north and the Deccan Plateau to the south. Mountain ranges run along the eastern and western borders of the Deccan Plateau. Those on the east are the Eastern Ghats and those on the west are the Western Ghats. These mountains do not have snow. Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada and Tapi are some important rivers of the plateau region. Now, life in the plateau. As we know, a plateau is a flat land that is higher than the land around it. It is like a table, so it is also called a tableland. Okay. The plateau region is rocky and much of it is not good for farming. Look, can we grow crops in this rocky type of area? No. But some places have black soil which is good for growing cotton. The plateau is rich in natural resources like forest, coal and iron. So, the region has many factories. Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune and Nagpur are some big cities of the Deccan. Now, our next landform is the coastal plains. The coastal plains lie along the eastern and western coast of India. The eastern coastal plain is wider than the western coastal plain. It lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal and has many fertile deltas as several large rivers of the Deccan enter the Bay of Bengal through this plain. The western coastal plain lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. Alright, listen. The plain land that lies along the coast is coastal plain. Alright, the coastal plains are located in southern part of India. They are divided into the western coastal plains and eastern coastal plains. These plains stretch from Gujarat to West Bengal. The two coastal plains meet at Kanyakumari. Between the Western Ghats and the coast, the land is plain and is known as the Western Coastal Plain. And between the Eastern Ghats and the coast, the land is plain and is known as the Eastern Coastal Plain. Now, life in the coastal plain. The coastal plains are fertile. The farmers there grow plenty of rice and coconuts. Many people also earn their living by fishing. There are ports at places like Mumbai, Kochi, Vishakhapatnam, and Chennai. These are important centers of trade. Trade means business. The coastal plains are spread over the region of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, and some parts of the West Bengal. Now, I am going to tell you its importance, like importance of coastal plains. The coastal plains have a number of ports, islands, and foreign trade is carried on from these ports. Okay. Next is the soil of the coastal plain is very fertile, which helps in producing a variety of crops such as rice, cotton, coconut, and rubber. Next, fishing is an important occupation here. Fish are not only sold in the local market but are exported also. Due to their closeness to the sea, they attract a lot of tourists. It means these coastal plains are tourist places. Now, our next landform is the island. India has two large group of islands. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are a group of 572 islands. They are covered by forest. Many of them do not have a people. The people of some of the islands live deep in the forest and have no link with the outside world. Port Blair is the capital of this group of islands. Means Port Blair is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar. It is a group of 572 islands, out of which only 37 islands are inhabited. Okay. The people of some of the islands live deep in the forest and have no link with the outside world. The northern islands are known as the Andaman Island and the southern islands are called the Nicobar Islands. Alright. Lakshadweep is a group of 36 islands. Kavaratti is the capital of Lakshadweep Island. These islands are known for their beautiful beaches. These islands are coral islands. Coral is a hard substance that forms on the bottom of the sea from the bones of very small creatures. Now, life in the islands. The people of the islands earn their living by growing crops, making handicrafts, and fishing. Tourism helps some of them make a living. In Andaman and Nicobar Islands, people speak Bangla, and in Lakshadweep, they speak Tamil and Malayalam. Did you get it? Class, now our chapter is over, and you all know what we do after completing the chapter. Huh? Yes. You have to read the chapter number 5 and try to fill the book activities. From now, you have to do book work in book only. Alright? We will meet tomorrow. Till then, bye. Take care. Have a nice day.